Hello, my name is Richard. Welcome back. So you're thinking of redoing your kitchen. Well, there's 10 things I think you should think about. Think about your kitchen. Do you want to entertain a lot? Maybe you're just going to do everyday cooking? Are you a baker? What's the most important part of the kitchen? Is it the aesthetics? Is it the function? Is it the prep space? Or maybe the storage? Let's talk about the configuration. Do you want to keep the same footprint? Maybe you want to move that stove from this wall to the adjacent wall. How about knocking down a wall to open things up? Appliances. Are you going to keep the same appliances, maybe save some money? Or are you considering getting new appliances? You'll have to increase the budget. Design styles. Think about if you have moldings all throughout your house. Maybe you're going to use a raised panel and have some nice moldings continued on the cabinets. If you don't have any moldings, then maybe you'll go with a shaker style, something a little more simplified like a flat panel. Not as detailed, but they'll still look great. Continuing on to details, you have other molding details, you have handles, you have knobs. Those are also things to think about when you're designing your kitchen. Finish materials. So on your doors for your cabinets, you have painted solid colors, you have wood finishes. There are countertop surfaces, backsplash, flooring. Those are all surfaces and finishes that you need to be aware of when you're designing your entire kitchen. Is this your forever home, or is this something you're going to consider reselling in the future? That will have an effect on your approach to designing this kitchen. Try not to ask your friends or family for opinions. They're never going to be as objective as you need them to be. They're going to bring issues like, oh, I don't like this color, or oh, I don't like that material, and they don't know whether you do or not. This kitchen is for you and should be exactly how you want it. Maybe think about hiring a kitchen designer, preferably one that comes highly recommended. A good designer is going to be a great listener. They're going to hear everything you say. They're going to take that information and turn it into a design. They're going to be your best friend, they're going to be your advocate, and they're going to work on your behalf every step of the way. A good designer is going to help you spend the money properly and one time. Open shelves versus cabinets. That's not a matter of one versus the other. It's a matter of function and aesthetics. Here we have floating shelves, and here we have open shelves. Now with these two options, you're going to have to keep on top of the dust. When you have cabinetry here, you don't have to do that, but it does maximize your storage capability. Countertops. Now, nothing is bulletproof. Man-made quartz is probably the closest thing to being bulletproof. Very little maintenance, does not have to be sealed, although you do need to keep in mind as you're taking something off of the stove that you put it on a trivet to protect it. Granites, although very dense, are technically porous and need to be sealed twice a year. Marble. Marble is extremely porous and not recommended for kitchens. Laminates. In my opinion, suitable for rentals, maybe a workbench in the garage, not for your new kitchen. Backsplash. Now backsplash is truly the eye candy of the kitchen, so choose this material wisely because it will have the biggest impact of your kitchen, especially when it's taken from the counter all the way up full height. Now look at this kitchen. This is incredible with this backsplash. There are also backsplashes that are 6 inches high. Now those are fine, but you have to deal with painting the walls around the cook area because they will get grimy and greasy. Following trends. Scour the internet. Look at magazines. Look at the architecture of your house. It will give you tips on what directions to go. Bold ideas. Is that you? Look in your closet. Do you see bold? If you do, well then go for it. Don't force an idea onto your design just because you see it on HDTV. Hardware. Some people like handles, some people like knobs. There's no bad choice. Just keep in mind that your finishes coordinate throughout the kitchen. Lighting. Lighting is very important. There's task lighting, which is mounted underneath the wall cabinets, as opposed to no task lighting here. There's general illumination, which is basically recessed cans around the perimeter of the kitchen. There's ambient lighting, which is a light source that you do not see. And then there's lighting on the appliance, especially your hood, that shines the light right down on your food as you cook. Budget. What is a budget? Well, it's not what people tell you what you should plan to pay. It's what you can afford to pay. You may not know how much a complete kitchen can cost or should cost. All you know is how much money you can afford to pay. This may not be a realistic amount, but it shouldn't mean you can't have a new kitchen. Achieving your kitchen might take some time. It might even take some phases. Does that matter when it means you'll get the kitchen you want? No. Most important thing is don't settle. If it means putting it off a few more months, so be it. So we talked about several things to consider before redoing your kitchen. Trust your instincts, exhaust all of your ideas to get to where you can say, this is the kitchen I've always wanted.